What's up, team? Your boys are back in the building.
What's good?
What up, y'all?
And we got a fresh review for y'all today. But before we do that, let's do an introduction.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Coming out the shadows when needed, it's me, J3, aka the Batman, aka Red Ranger. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing out there?
I am here. It's your boy Savage Jackson, aka the one and only Icon. How y'all doing, man?
You sound like you was yawning, saying I am here.
I am here. Sound like
Morning, Joe Genji, baby. Cyborgpedia in the building. Triple.
What up, y'all? What up, 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 what up?
Sci-fi, terror, all that great stuff.
Ronan Joe Triple in the building.
Yes, sir.
We back in the building, man.
Review, man. Here for that season 1 of Swamp Thing.
Swamp
DC
Thing.
Universe streaming service. All
And
that,
the
man.
only thing we're gonna talk about,
That's
because
it.
this is only one season because they got canceled.
Yeah.
So we basically gonna break it down for y'all, how we liked and what we felt and everything like that, pros and cons, and we gonna give y'all a grade. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's fair. We both dropped what each of us dropped 2 pros, 2 cons.
Yeah.
You know, because you guys can obviously go back and watch our trailer reaction. I mean, our show reactions, and really get the full detail of everything that we said.
Of how we felt. Yeah.
And how we felt between episode 1 all the way to episode 10, except for this guy, because he wasn't here for episode 10. He had a family thing to go to. But let's roll it, y'all.
Yeah.
Before we do that, what was your initial take on episode 10?
Episode 10, I had to watch it twice.
Okay.
I fell asleep on it the first time I watched it.
Damn.
But it was after a long day. It wasn't like I was watching it during the daytime. I was watching it. It was like
Let's
1
be
o'clock.
honest, bro. If that camera wasn't on, I think we all would have fell asleep.
Man.
And that camera, man, them yawns, bro.
Episode 9 felt that way.
Yeah.
That nostril.
Yeah.
Like
A lot of yawning in episode 9. I remember that.
I
need something to drink.
Man.
Episode 10, it because I knew it was the finale, it felt too slow, right?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like this is where you knew they canceled it. They didn't want to cancel it, but they felt like they had to cancel it, because it was a lot of setup in episode 10. But I felt overall it was decent, but it wasn't what I expected. Like, you know, I had to watch it again because I fell asleep. I didn't even remember where the hell I fell asleep at. So it was decent.
Okay, that's cool. Y'all want to go and talk about the bad, the good, or the ugly first? Pros or cons? Which one?
It
I
don't
think
matter.
cons gonna be exciting. Let's talk about cons.
Cons, okay.
Yeah.
And then get into the pros, then let's go.
Yeah. Start the bad first.
Yeah.
Start the bad. We starting the bad, baby.
Oh, so that way they gotta watch through to get to the good shit.
Exactly. You got to play psychological defense with the subs, man.
All right.
I learned that. Yeah.
All right.
And
Ronan,
the cons are good, but they were executed wrong. See, the cons could have worked in their favor because they're setting up future stuff, and then the characters still had arcs. So there was things that was taken away from us, even though you were building something. When they got midway to the end of the show, like the last, I'll say, 3-4 episodes, it was a lot of, okay, let's wrap things up, let's execute everybody, and let's kill them off. When you kill your characters off, you're going into that phase of, all right, we're not coming back to the show. But what you introduced was setting up future seasons because they were building a team, there was a foundation there, so you had the mythology there, you had the arcs there, but a lot of those arcs didn't have a full closure. They just killed them off because there was nothing else left, and then you took away episodes 2 that were going to build into an actual real finale. The show ended, but it wasn't over. It was incomplete.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that kind of factors into everything that we was enjoying up until that point. So the cons never would have happened if we still had those other 3 episodes that was taken. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, was it really over? What was the actual ending? It was just stuff thrown in. And I think it started to fall apart at the very end. I liked all the previous stuff up until like those last 4 episodes, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at. Y'all can run with that.
Episode 5 was the highlight.
Yeah.
And then it kind of fell soft.
We got that universe information. We got those other characters.
Phantom Strangers popped up, and
why
then we
is he
started
here?
Blue Devil. We were gaining some leverage, the rot and stuff like that. We were learning some things.
Yeah.
I agree with that on the con. Another con for me was I think honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I think all our cons revolve around the way the show ended.
That's it.
Because the show started off very well.
Yeah.
The acting was good. It wasn't not believable, and it wasn't phenomenal. It was good. It was like, okay, I see it's a streaming service. You know what I mean? And the costume design of Swamp Thing, and he went against that riding the decaying body.
Yeah.
And that shit was interesting. The way it was looking, the depths, you know, the sexy milf of a sheriff walking around and shit. You know what I mean? And oh boy, Arcane. What's his name? Not his name. What's his name? The villain. Sutherland. Yeah, Will Patton.
He's tight, bro.
And just the acting was really good. You know, the
daughter and his wife.
Yeah, right. She tried to kill her, and it just got to a level where it was like, this is really good. Yeah. And then that episode 6 came in and it just started dying out.
It started to lose its tempo. Like the beats weren't there. Like the momentum dropped. It was slowing down. Like you was building this mystery. You had the suspense going on. We got to hear Swamp talk for the first. You know what I'm saying? He
stopped exploring his powers.
All the introductions was great. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the beginning was like just building, and you still had the mystery factor going on too. Then they start bringing in the corporations. Start becoming more drama. Mm-hmm. Things start being laid out a little more simpler. It wasn't as complex. You know what I mean?
The suspense from the beginning wasn't there either. Not as it wasn't as felt as well as it was in the beginning. I didn't like the pacing after it got to episode 5. I felt like they were dragging things out. Like honestly, I felt like you spent too much time building up Blue Devil, and then to get him, and you got him one episode, and he was basically a waste of time. Like I was talking on him too. I didn't like that. I felt like it took entirely too long for Woodrew's turn. Because we saw that coming from the first episode.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah, right. And so that
with his little wife.
Yep.
She was little, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was small.
Sexy too.
Yeah. I didn't like the. I didn't like the storyline with the cop. What's his name? The sheriff's
Knox?
son. The sheriff's son.
Knox.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the sheriff's son. I didn't like the storyline with him towards the end.
What was it, Matt Cable, right?
Yeah, Matt. Because it felt like something was missing. You feel me?
Dead man.
No, I mean.
Yep.
No, I mean like from the way that they were showing his behavior the last
after the fact.
Yeah, the last 2 episodes, because he really didn't care initially. So I feel like they took something out that would have spoke to his behavior, and I can feel it and I can see it, because the way he was, and you know the open drinking or whatnot. It wasn't for what they showed us it was. It go a little deeper. Yeah, it go a little deeper. You know, overall though, it was the show was decent, but it was you're right. There was certain things in there that brought the level of the show from here to here. So
yeah, it was just choppy, man. You know, the whole Blue Devil. I think, look, the Blue Devil idea. It was such a big build up. And then when you finally saw what he looked like, he looked trash. Personally. Raise your hand if you thought he looked trash. Alright, I'm not alone on this island. He looked so Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 1 with that vampire that couldn't get out that portal with that little boy.
Vampire of the Week.
Yeah, he looked so cheesy. His fingers. He didn't look epic. Like
I'm not knocking Ian.
No, he was tight.
Yeah,
we're talking
about cool. The transformation and
that
the look,
shit was whack, bro. I was like, and then he was just gone.
Yeah.
Like you did all this to save them from being shot when you could have told them not to go.
Yep.
Right.
Your mission was to so they wouldn't get shot.
And what happened to that acting gig? And
that's what I'm saying. It was a waste.
He got the role. Phantom Stranger talked to him about that. What happened with that? I thought we were gonna see Blue Devil on set doing some Daredevil stuff.
They cut that shit out.
It felt very choppy and mishandled by the time it got to the end of the season, and that's pretty much all the cons I got, because everything else just everything was good. I mean, Swamp Thing was repetitively good the whole time, but
His interest was maintaining though.
He got
we were kind of worried
he
about
got
that
boring because he stopped exploring himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was learning moves and powers and sets, and he started talking about the rot and the evil's growing, and then we just stopped talking about it, and next thing I know, he's going head up with the nigga from Soul Food.
Yeah.
Like
corporations.
Like, are we fighting to get Swamp Thing in a pot for Soul Food with the Greens? Or what the fuck? Because why is he in there?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Sutherland and shit getting overpowered by this black dude, and his wife is in a crazy house now. She's happy, and it's like,
well,
where did shit go? This shit went to nowhere.
I feel like some of the stuff that they did, they should have executed earlier in the show. Like the conversation from with Swamp Thing and Holder and Alec, right? That should have been towards the beginning of the show when he was still trying to discover himself. And, you know, because after a certain point, he was like, yo, I'm Swamp Thing, I'm embracing this shit. And you kind of backtracked when you showed us that in episode 10.
Well, I don't mind that. I just hate the fact that, you know, Swamp Thing didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
We thought Swamp Thing was going to put hands on somebody.
And yeah,
Like, have a battle. Like, I'm thinking Swamp Thing and Blue Devil, maybe he's here to help Swamp Thing to fight off
That would have been nice.
a bigger evil, you know what I mean? And then we finally get Pharaonic Man at the very end.
Right.
And he doesn't, and then he kills
I believe
Matt.
he was supposed to come like midway through the season.
Yeah, like, he didn't.
Because we suspected that too.
That scene felt fan favorite, like, it felt forced. It felt like they filmed that after the fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it didn't fit.
It didn't fit. It was like, why is he at the police station killing folks? For what reason?
Yeah.
What does he have?
It would have happened at home. He would have been out in the streets, and he would have eventually ran into Holland.
Exactly.
Because it's one with the nature and all that.
like it was.
But that's all I got for cons.
Yeah, that the reveal of the. Never know. Let's just keep going.
Wait, go ahead.
The reveal of the villains was wasted. You know, I mean, and I'm pretty sure that they did show Swamp Thing and Blue Devil fighting in the trailer, in the second one. I'm pretty sure. That's why we all knew that he was coming, right?
No, we saw his
in the teaser.
face.
Yeah, in the teaser we saw a shot of him, but I'm pretty sure they showed a part of him and the two of them grappling. But yeah, you're right. Pharaonic Man, Woodrude, it didn't fit.
You could tell that the show really took a lot of energy, especially talking about these cons. But let's try to get on some pros, man. I'll go first. Pros this whole show was Swamp Thing. They really showed us what Swamp Thing looked like. Swamp Thing was fire. He was tight. He had a tight voice. He was Swamp Thing. He's the Swamp Thing that I know, and I really appreciate them keeping it fan favorite Swamp Thing, not changing him around where he's different, where we don't recognize him, where we don't know him. I thought that was really tight for them to do that with the character. And I like what's her name? Abby. I thought Abby was really cute. Little skinny ass, you know, walking around and shit. I liked her, man. You know, I really F with it. And the relationship she had with Swamp Thing, you know, it was natural, and some of the best superhero acting I've seen today into The Boys. But regardless of that, yeah.
Me personally, my biggest pro is Will Patton.
I thought you were gonna talk about My Hero, but go ahead.
Is Will Patton, Avery Sutherland.
Oh yeah.
Sutherland. He was fantastic throughout the entire time. Like, no matter what they gave him, you bought into him, right? His turn as the villain when it was revealed that he was the villain of the story was perfectly timed. They really didn't waste him, and I liked the power play between him and his wife and his baby mama, I guess you could call her. That turn, I liked all of that. I liked I liked Swamp Thing for the most part, more so towards the beginning when he was just discovering his powers and whatnot, because I did feel like he was kind of wasted towards the end. I liked the idea of the organization. I don't remember what it was called, but I liked the idea of it. It kind of opened the world up a little bit, and it gave it something else that we might have seen later on down the road in a more heavy focus. And that it's a lot of stuff to like, and once again, the sheriff, man, fine.
She look good.
Yeah, man. She, you know,
I like it.
Southern was beating that up.
I wish I could.
You know, I
Put extra pelvis in that shit.
what's and you know, yeah. So casting wise, this fool, man, my mind is on that sheriff Mendoza.
My mind's telling me no. Oh,
yeah,
too early, too soon.
Nah, not at all.
But my body.
Truth.
All right, hey,
You good, bro?
hey,
Let me take a crack at this.
yeah, go ahead.
Go.
So,
You want to take a crack at it? Why don't you take a whack at it? Get them Power Rangers, bro.
jokes.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
gosh, bro.
Yeah, so
nails on a chalkboard.
that first act was pretty dope, man. I like the beginning of it.
Oh shit.
Will Patton, Virginia Madsen.
Mm-hmm.
I like Derek Mears' Swamp Thing. Then I like the Alex Holland actor that played the dude from Power.
Yeah.
I like this side of it too. So the very beginning, like, kind of gave us a feel and a setup for the tone, man. As far as the look and feel of it, they kept Swamp Thing interesting. They kept him in the shadows. They showed him just the right amount enough. You know, they didn't show him too much, and they didn't make him like a monster of the week. It was really about this small town and everybody in it. And it was really about the nature and like, so I like the atmosphere and I like the setting and I like how everybody had interacted with one another. So it kept true to the Swamp Thing mythos and I liked all those things. And it stayed true to that horror formula too, man. So I thought that was pretty dope, man. We got a mixture of sci-fi, a little bit of fantasy here and there with the current new characters coming in. You had the mystery in the beginning, you know, what was going on with the plant behavior and why they were dying and why new things were happening and growing. So I liked all that stuff, man. And then they kept it pretty simple in the beginning. That was cool. I thought the directing was pretty good. Certain scenes when we got to see powers being put on display.
Yeah,
that was nice.
The best part of it.
I liked some of the fatalities. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
So you know, plant-based murders, like it was epic.
Through the jaw, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the rip apart, the Mortal Kombat scene, dope. So it was cool, man. I appreciated all that, and I like the adventure. And the fact that I knew it was going to be canceled, I wanted to think of this as more of an experience. I thought watching Swamp Thing was truly an experience for me.
Yeah.
You know, even with the cons as well. Like, I know I'm not going to see this again, but I'm glad I was able to see Swamp Thing.
It actually became
because it can work. We saw that it can work.
It actually became a blueprint, easy blueprint for future.
Thank you for that.
Swamp Thing products or anything Vertigo, anything dark and mythical level. It's sad because it's on DC streaming.
Yeah. But
once that Warner Brothers app drop and people have access to watch this, then I think things are going to change. I think they're going to reconsider bringing this back, or at least going into a dark universe because it works. Yeah. They did it. James Wan team did a phenomenal job. Yeah. I want to give them props. That's a pro. Did a very phenomenal job with the action scenes and the dark elements of it. Yeah. Because even though it was dark, we still got a lot of detail on Swamp Thing's face. It was never like, is that him? It was never.
They made you want to see him. It wasn't like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
They did it right.
They did it.
And for horror fans, like, it's very tricky. You want to show the creature, but you don't want him to be like a spectacle of the week. Kind of like The Thing. Yeah. If you have a monster that can take any type of show the practical. But when it's a character that's talking and he's a character of the night and of the swamp, you want to preserve him.
That's why
it's tricky.
After watching this in this blueprint, I know they can do Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Oh yeah.
And it can be done well. Because Shape of Water showed that too.
Facts. Oh my God, I'm so glad you said that. Dude, Len Wiseman and James Wan understood that Swamp Thing is not just a monster. He's a character first. He's a scientist who still has his brain, but he has monster skills now, and he's just embracing it. So I love that they show both sides of it. Mm-hmm. He's a monster with some substance to him. Yeah. Which is tight. He could have just been easily every episode.
Why are you doing this to me?
You know what I mean? None of that. They didn't do that.
But even back then, he still was a character because that nigga was thumbsing up motherfuckers.
Oh yeah. They embraced that shit. Cartoon and stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. They went back to the real source, like, so I appreciate that. This is the most accurate Swamp Thing we got. Even though it was canceled, it was accurate as far as like story and narrative. And
what happens when you take Jason what's his last name?
Voorhees.
And with a bucket of greens, you get this nigga Swamp Thing. Fusion, literally Swamp Thing.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I'm grateful we got it, man. I hope we do get like a take two. maybe another series, maybe a movie. I mean, like you said, thank you, blueprint, keyword. This needs to happen because Justice League Dark has been thrown around for a while. And we predicted it on like previous episodes. We said it. We name dropped it. And we said how it can work and that they're going to do it.
Years ago.
Sure enough, an article came out. Justice League is being discussed. They're talking about it now.
Because Constantine was the same. Constantine suffered the same demise as Swamp Thing.
Yep.
Got canceled in the middle of the season.
And Constantine was fired.
Why is this? Because it was too dark on the wrong network. People wasn't watching it. You know what I'm saying? And
NBC.
But there is an avenue for horror. I mean, what's the one with the two brothers on CW? Supernatural. That shit was
15
seasons.
Shout out to them.
Man, I grew up with that shit.
Yeah.
I love that show.
You know, I bailed out on Supernatural first season though. It got too deep for me. But
Monsters.
You know,
Oh yeah, I forgot.
you know,
Bumps in the Night scares you at night.
Nah. No, that wasn't it. It just went a little too evil too soon for me. I was out.
Oh, okay. First episode.
Yeah.
Demon.
Not the first episode. It was maybe like episode 5 or 6 that I was out.
Okay.
I gave it a fair shot.
I got baptized with season 3, so I kind of stepped away from it.
Oh man, I held on.
But as far as Swamp Thing is concerned, you're right. They did this well. And I would not be opposed to seeing Swamp Thing again in some form or fashion. But yeah, if you're going to bring Swamp Thing back as a TV show, I feel like you can't put it on just any network because we see how just like you said, Constantine, right? Certain things suffer depending on where you put it. So you have to put it on a place where you can flourish. Like I wouldn't mind seeing Swamp Thing come back maybe as a Netflix show or something along
The Warner Brothers streaming service that's been dropped, bro.
I
Swamp Thing to introduce the Justice League Dark. You're welcome, WB.
HBO.
As long as it gets Zatanna, I'm cool. Zatanna.
I heard she was supposed to be in this show.
Yeah, man. Spectre.
Okay. Do we get Dr. Fate with that?
Yep.
I'm fine with it.
Dr. Fate is.
Yeah, all the supernatural.
I'm not a big Justice League Dark fan.
I mean, she was on Smallville, bro.
Yeah,
they could have brought Zatanna.
Smallville had everybody.
Zatanna got some legs.
And that was like the home of dropping characters.
Shout out to you, Cecil, for that Zatanna statue. I love it.
Yeah,
that was Blueprint too. Like they had a lot of the rights.
Smallville had
everybody. The Legion of superheroes.
Yeah, they did the Legion. Like the only person I was
Saturn Girl.
The only person I was kind of surprised that I don't remember seeing, big to my knowledge, aside from like, oh yeah, they just showed it. Is freaking shit. I had Constantine. I don't remember seeing Constantine on Smallville.
He wasn't on Smallville.
Yeah, but they had because they did so much supernatural stuff, like the supernatural stuff with Smallville. That they could have used Constantine
they used Zatanna. They used Zatanna and Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
They Martian Manhunter and shit. They had all
that was when they were like, okay.
Crazy.
That was when they were towards the end. They're like, okay, he's a superhero now, so let's introduce more superheroes.
Swamp Thing would have been tight popping up on Smallville.
Huh.
Smallville did it. Smallville did it as far as creative, but Swamp Thing had a chance, and it didn't play out well.
I think they see that audiences want to explore the darker universe. We want to see the darker side of humanity as far as the superhero world, man. Because we've seen the light already.
Mm-hmm.
You said that too, and I agree. Switch it up.
Switch it up.
That's why I'm grateful for this.
I'm
even though this was an experiment.
Yeah.
We obviously want more.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we was the ones reacting to it.
Yep.
We want more.
We want more, man. It's just, I ain't gonna lie. After episode 6, it became a drag because it started taking away. But the idea is still there.
It's still open to be fixed. It can be fixed.
I think the streaming service, Warner Brothers streaming service, was going to kick it off. Once more people buy that and they have that there, Swamp Thing, what's this? Click.
Right.
And then more people watch the first couple episodes and start to like it, then I think it's going to get a bigger audience. Because like right now, no one's really watching DC. Because even with the Titans, Young Justice and stuff like that, they're getting views, but they're not getting the views like Netflix or Hulu viewers are getting because they have a broader audience. Mm-hmm. But I mean, for the most part though, I enjoyed the show. It's had a great introduction, a very I hook you in, fish on a line introduction, and some could say probably was one of the best superhero shows ever done until you got to like the mid-ending. Let's get this thing a grade, y'all.
Alright. One more shout out to the freaking fatalities, bro. They was not scared to go there.
They weren't scared to go there, bro.
They was
Done.
Yeah.
Done. Tight. Freak, man. I wanted some sex scenes, bro.
Episode 1, when it was in the canoe thing, Billy.
Got Billy good, bro.
Tight.
So that was never Swamp Thing that killed Billy. That was the evil in the swamp.
Yeah.
Man. That's tight.
Good stuff, man.
Episode 10, Abby's was trying to get them tentacles, bro.
Oh,
Trying to get them tentacles in her. But you said grades, bro.
That was sad though. That fool didn't, he brought his own body out.
Yeah.
It happens though. What's up? Grades. What we got?
Alright. Accounting for the downturn it took from episode 6 onwards, I'm going to give this show a B-.
B- from C. Smith.
I enjoyed it. I'll watch the show again. I enjoyed it, but it didn't end well.
What about you, Ronan?
Man, I'm gonna give this a B+, man. Unpopular opinion, but I would rewatch it as well, and I would not reject the second season or reboot or any type of continuation to give this a second shot. I want more, and I really like what I got. I really start falling off like the last 3 episodes, but I was with it until then. But I understand why it took the nosedive you did. I get it.
They started cutting.
They didn't believe in it. Budget cuts, episodes got taken away, and I'm thinking of what if, like, we still had it, because it didn't really fall apart until like those last few episodes for me personally. So I'm gonna say B+, man. Like, I'm with it.
I totally agree with it. I think it was one of the best introductions of a character that a lot of people don't know about, and I felt real special because I did know about this character, and they did the character damn near good justice. Great story developing, just didn't fill in well at the end of season 1 or series. They had great chemistry. Acting was really good, above average by far, just because some actors took it to a different level of a movie status, and I haven't seen anything like that since what's Cottonmouth name? Mahershala Ali. I ain't seen that since Cottonmouth, Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Acting like that, cause even like that was, man, that Will Patton, bruh.
He's amazing.
That
he's old school,
bruh.
And his wife Virginia Madsen, they've been
they're really married.
No. I mean, like, their skills, their credibility. They old school actors. That was the old girls messing with Candyman.
Yeah, man.
20 times. She was the white girl.
Okay.
I'm like, yo, this.
They've been around for a minute.
This is
Will Patton's an old school actor. He been on screen with Kevin Costner and all them.
Yeah, man.
Will Patton is a name.
Halloween, he was the sheriff. He was tight in there too.
Yeah,
I wish they had kept him alive, bro. Hawkins was dope.
Will Patton is a name that you know even when you don't know too many names. He's one of them dudes that everybody knows his name even if they don't know his face.
Punisher with Thomas Jane.
Yep.
He was John Travolta's right hand man. He was Quentin.
Yeah. The game.
Yeah. And it was dope.
But it's so many new faces and old faces, and they came to play. And they did a good job with this horror drama, superhero, thrilling, whatever you want to call it, Swamp Thing. But the ending of the show really fell flat for me, and it discouraged me as far as wanting to come back and watch it. And I think that's an L in itself. It felt like they chopped a lot of parts of the show up to fill in the end. I like Kevin Durant as Woodrow. I thought he was a great actor too. Very convincing and very fucking huge. We knew he was going to turn bad in some form. He was too big. You know what I mean? And
weird.
And for him he played a great character. With that being said, I liked it. Will I go back and watch it? Maybe. But because I know how it ends, I'll be a little discouraged. Like, man, why you got me again? I'm gonna give Swamp Thing a C+. Cause it's still good.
Yeah.
It's just the ending really was bad. It was like, this sucks, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Blue Devil, the way he came, it was like,
Lack of sex scenes.
What happened to old girl's girlfriend she was with that found the boat? Did they kill her? You know. Then this soul food nigga come up and it's like, man, trash. You don't go in the jungle with no gun and shit, hiding around and shit.
They were building something special, man. That Phantom Stranger introduction, bro.
Phantom Stranger was interesting, and then they just didn't.
See, I'm just coming up with ideas right now how they could have kept it going. Like I would have had a spinoff of this show going on. I would have had Blue Devil going on doing his own thing.
That's what it looked like they were trying to do.
Yeah, after Phantom Stranger introduced him, Blue Devil series.
Blue Devil versus Etrigan.
And then him back, and then next week we come back to Swap Thing. We're seeing what he's doing over here now. That's how I would have did it.
Blue Devil versus Etrigan, I think would have been fire.
Yep.
Oh man, but that's the review, guys. Man, Swamp Thing really was cool, but it still hurt at the same time. Yeah, that's all I got, man. You guys watch the reactions. We got a lot on the reactions.
Oh yeah.
Man. It's like an extra 15 minutes after each reaction, something like that.
Yeah.
So you got some content on that too. Anything else, guys?
I enjoyed the experience.
Yeah.
I hope he gets another shot at it. I think we need more Swamp Thing. I think we need more in this genre as far as DC. Marvel, I mean, DC got the characters when you talk about dark and supernatural. That's the world I like. I want to see more of that. Yeah. Just alone, the rogues gallery of like good guys, bad guys, and anti-heroes. I'm with it. Let's explore it. We've seen the good guy stuff. Let's get into the dark stuff. Let's get adult now. That's just me.
Yeah, let's get dark.
This tells me that DC still knows how to tell stories.
The trench
on film. They still know how to tell stories.
Thank you, James.
It's just that, as far as I'm concerned, DC just need more confidence in itself. Because honestly, I feel like they should have put out them last 3 episodes. It probably would have made the show better. And I look forward to it because, once again, I was not looking forward to. I did not want to check. I was not checking for this show. Glad I saw it. Because it gives some hope for the future of DC.
I have a question. DC has the rights to all their characters, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
It just feels like that they don't know how to use their characters.
Yeah, they got a right to everything.
That's amazing. That's a privilege, right? Yeah. I just want to make sure.
They never went that far broke where they had to start selling off their characters.
Yeah, and they never will.
They should be one-upping Disney, right?
Once that comes back to that lack of confidence and them.
I'm just checking.
That comes back to that lack of confidence and.
They can have about like 10, 15 teams right now.
Yeah. Hold on, G. That's a different conversation.
I know. I'm getting jealous. I'm getting jealous.
Okay. Bro, that's some couch shit.
I know.
All right, y'all. So
you feel what I'm saying, though, right? Yeah, okay.
You got start going.
B+.
Yeah.
B-.
C+.
I want more of this.
Yeah, man.
And what comes with him.
I'm holding my thoughts in right now, man, because we're gonna go to another topic.
Yeah.
You know I get it.
I know, man. That's how I'm with you right now. I just know this is a different video, and
he was talking. I'm thinking of the stuff.
We about to go. Bro.
All right, so let's fuck it. All right, no, but all right.
Welcome, guys.
If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you push that subscribe button, thumbs the video, and don't forget to share. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you haven't watched the reaction videos, please go back and watch the reaction videos and thumbs up videos also.
Yeah.
Yeah, we out, man. Peace out, y'all.